You know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And neither can you Trump supporters. You can't handle the truth either. Welcome, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna shut the show down, but I was advised not to. So we're back. Ron Kelly, yours truly, back in the air chair on another Thursday. A little bit of snow on the ground. Oh my goodness, it seems like this winter is lasting a little bit longer than it should. But anyway, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, and there will be some programming. There will be some. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, there will be some changes in the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. We're going to stop broadcasting the program on Facebook because of poor ratings. Seem to be doing well in other places. YouTube, of course. Shout out to all the LinkedIn people who have blown the Ron Kelly show up. So we're probably going to stop broadcasting on Facebook when we reopen the program to everybody and get all the new parts in place, new everything. We're working on that, and it's going to come to you very shortly. But right now, it's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, broadcasting live on Facebook for the moment, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Shout out to everybody on LinkedIn. Anyway, we're back. And better than ever, this is Ron Kelly Show. R. Kelly back in the air chair just for you. Okay, wow. There's so much going on. See, you Trump supporters, I tried to tell you, Trump supporters, what was going to happen. Shout out to my American Porterfield Transportation, located down in Plainfield, New Jersey. I'll give you more information about that early, but I told you what was going to happen. Project 2025 is alive and kicking right now. And, it's a scary thing. This is scary. See, because you got the MAGA psychopaths. I don't know what's wrong with these people, but it's a scary thing with what's happening. Thousands of layoffs of government workers. What the hell do you think is going to happen to the unemployment rate now when all these people are added to the unemployment rolls? Lifetime, career military people getting fired. It's just unbelievable. And they're going to cut off the aid to the 9/11, the folks who dug through their pile, dug through the toxic waste and the toxic smoke and everything like that. People who got sick, 9/11, 14 years ago, 24 years ago, sorry. And now look what's going to happen. They're going to get cut off from there. I mean, this is just, it's a nightmare, and nobody's paying attention. See, all you Trump supporters, all you people who thought, this is the golden age of America. It's the golden age of destruction. Kash Patel, just the biggest psycho that you could ever believe. Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, all these people who are in the most sensitive positions on the planet, who have no experience whatsoever, and their whole idea, what drives them, is to come after other Americans, not the Russians, not the Chinese, not the North Koreans. They're coming after you and me. Hopefully not me. Anyway, but yeah, this is a nightmare. This is, I just can't wrap my head around this. What are the things that they're doing? But you see, if you get a copy of the Project 2025, just get a copy of Project 2025, check it out for yourself, and you'll see that it's just unbelievable what the Trump administration is doing right now. Just Oh man, and all you people who voted Trump in, you all are gonna pay. You all are going to pay for. And I know a lot of you want to take your vote back because this is just the beginning. It's only been a month, and already, matter of fact, today would mark a month. I believe it was January 20th that Trump was inaugurated as president of these United States, and just only a month. It's been one thing after another. It's been I'm just so unbelievably disturbed about what's going on right now in the United States government. Thousands of people being laid off. There's 2 million people who are working for the federal government. So Trump's idea, his and psycho, who knows how he got so rich. It's just Elon Musk. It's just absolutely incredible what's going on right now because he's got his lapdogs, Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., and the list goes on and on of psycho MAGA degenerates who don't even have no experience whatsoever. Kash Patel running the FBI. I mean, give me a break. Pete Hegseth, the Foster Brooks, the Foster Brooks of the Pentagon. Yeah, we have him too. Tulsi Gabbard doesn't know a thing about national intelligence. I mean, don't Trump? Oh, he's not thinking. So I can't say what are you thinking because Trump is not thinking right now. And all of you folks, the 75 million, 77 million of you, many of you. I mean, and you can't see. You can't keep this up. You can't keep up the rhetoric. There's no way that anybody could even try to support Trump because it's just totally ridiculous what he's done, what he's doing. Just incredible. Trump, that's why all the planes are crashing. I'm afraid to get on a plane now because right after Trump got inaugurated, all the planes started crashing. Another one today in Arizona. How many plane crashes has there been since Trump became the president of the United States? So he's 78 years old. So, well, I can't really say I don't want the Secret Service knocking on my door or kicking my door in or whatever. But it's just unbelievable what's going on right now in this country. And people are just going about their business. And it's like, the minority of us are not paying attention to what's going on. It's unreal. When has this ever happened? When have you ever seen a president come in and start picking people to go after Americans, not the North Koreans, not the Chinese, not the Russians, it's all about going after what they call the woke element of this country. Well, woke, yeah, because they're awake. This is just incredible what's going on right now in the United States of America. Yeah, I know I said I was going to shut the show down. Some of you may have been wondering. I know LinkedIn, they're right on time. I appreciate the people on LinkedIn. They're right on time. We'll get into a lot of other things as we go on. It's almost 10 minutes into the program. I just wanted to shout out to the LinkedIn people. And I just wanted to say, when you make it, many of us like myself are, longing for the days where we can be nationally syndicated and we can have a Joe Rogan or at least the third of Joe Rogan's success in the podcasting industry. And we rely on people who are in certain positions. And I talked to somebody, and I hope they're listening. I talked to somebody last Sunday about my program. And it's been a week and I haven't heard back from this person. And I've gotten a lot of, I mean, some people do listen to the program. There's a majority of people on LinkedIn who do listen to the program. But remember when you were, climbing the ladder? Always think about that. Remember when you were climbing the ladder? And I see some people, some sports figures or some movie stars or whatever, don't want to sign autographs. Don't want to sign autographs. And I think that's selfish, because those people who want your autograph are the people who put you where you are. I remember I was at a barbecue. It was a while back, maybe more than 10 years ago. I was at a barbecue. And this little kid somehow or another knew who I was. He said, "You're R. Kelly, you're Ron Kelly." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can I have your autograph?" This little kid was more about 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10, and asked me for my autograph. And I was more than happy to give the kid my autograph. And I was surprised that he even knew who I was, but I was happy that the little kid knew who I was, and he wanted my autograph. And I was like, wow. I was more than happy to give it to him. So for the people on LinkedIn, because there's a lot of professional people on LinkedIn, there's a lot of people who made it to the promised land. And, say no. You know what I mean? If somebody approaches you like me, who's trying to get the inside track or trying to make this thing successful, say no, I can't help you. Don't take my information and then don't call me back. Don't ignore me. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't do that to anybody. So, and you know who you are if you're listening to the program. So that's not a good thing to bait somebody into thinking that you're going to at least take a look at their material. Just say no. That's like the Nancy Reagan back in the 80s when Ronald Reagan was president. I liked Ronald Reagan, actually. But just say no. If somebody approaches you and asks you for a little guidance or whatever, just say no. Don't bait the person into thinking that you're going to do something for them. What is 5 minutes of your time just to listen to the program or whatever? Just say no. Say, "Hey, listen, I don't have time for that." Or just do that. That's what you should do. Anyway, it's just a few minutes, 13 minutes into the program. Shout out to cousin George Crawford, who's saying he's paying attention and constantly praying. And I suggest everyone do the same. Yeah, just, listen, I'm not begging for listeners, but I did approach a couple people on LinkedIn, and they, took my information and just never got back in touch with me. Don't just say no. I'd rather you just say no than to bait me into thinking that you're going to provide a little bit of guidance for me. And I'm not mad. I'm not upset about it, because it's happened more than once. So for anybody who's in the professional field and there's somebody behind you that's trying to get in, if you don't have a second to get with the person, just say no. Just say no. So to that person who I spoke to last Sunday, who seemed like they were very interested in what I was doing, and then I never heard from them again. Just say no. Don't, because it's not, it makes me stronger, actually. It makes me stronger. It makes me try harder. So thank you. No, thank you, but thank you for because it just makes me a little bit stronger. Okay, everybody, it's 14 minutes into the program. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show. It's 18 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. A little bit of snow out there tonight. I'm nobody's weatherman, but there was a little bit of snow out there tonight here in the East Coast, where the Ron Kelly Show originates. And if we happen to not be on the air, you can always go to the archives right here on Facebook. There's an archive on LinkedIn and YouTube, the Ron Kelly Show YouTube channel. You can go there if you care to satisfy your Ron Kelly Your R. Kelly, Ron Kelly, detox. You can go over to LinkedIn. There's shows there. Facebook, there's shows there. YouTube, there's shows there. The Ron Kelly Show YouTube channel. And, of course, blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com. Okay, it's 15 minutes past the hour. And man, I'm telling you, it's getting worse and worse. It's only been a month. He's got 4 years to go. 3 years and 11 months to go. And look at what he's done already. And nobody in this country is going to fall apart. Look at the fear that Trump and his goon squad has put into the American people. It's just ridiculous. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Security, you know what that means? NSA, FBI, CIA, Secret Service, all of these agencies that we depend on to protect us are being run by somebody who has no experience whatsoever. Pete Hegseth, okay, he was in the Army, big deal. Now he's running the Pentagon, the Department of Defense with thousands and thousands of, well, if Trump keeps going, it's not going to be thousands and thousands of employees. Cutting, he talked about the veterans, about helping veterans. And now, with all these layoffs, people that work in the Department of Veterans Affairs are going to get laid off. So there's going to be even less people to manage things. So the soldiers are going to suffer. See, he suckered all of you. You're so stupid. He suckered all of you fools and suckered you into thinking that he was going to do something for you. Got the tariffs going on. The tariffs are going to drive prices up. He says it's the golden age of America. He's full of crap. Get a copy of the Project 2025. I mean, it's like 800 pages. I mean, but just get a copy of the Crip Notes. Get a copy of the highlights. And you'll see that what's going on in Project 2025 is what's happening right now. Getting access to people's information, finding out who's a Democrat, who's a Republican. I bet you any amount of money that most of those people who are being laid off were Democrats. So Trump has gone ape shit on the American people because we're the only ones that's going to suffer. Unbelievable. The only good person I think he picked was the Secretary of State. I think that was the only Little Mario, he called him when he was running. He's the only one that I don't have a problem with the nomination and the subsequent vote to put him in office of Secretary of State. He's the only one. Everybody else is, oh my God. People, you need to wait. You know what? I got to go to break. It's 18 minutes past the hour. I'll go to break and I'll come back with more because this is crazy. And you people are going to have a problem very, very soon. We'll take a break and come right back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show. And it's on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and blogtalkradio.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
All right, everybody, we are back. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Shout out to my people at America and Porterfield Transportation for 44 years, 45 years now. America and Porterfield Transportation has been your source for safe and reliable transportation to and from wherever it is that you're trying to go. The phone number 908-753-6423, 908-753-6423. You can give them a call there, or you can email them, america.porterfield@verizon.net, america.porterfield@verizon.net. Okay, all right, we are back, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. 21 minutes, 25 minutes past the hour, 21 minutes into the program. Great to see you all here. And like I said, we're probably going to end our broadcast on Facebook, but you'll be able to catch the Ron Kelly Show in other places other than Facebook. We're going to. I've made the decision that I'm going to end our broadcast on Facebook. I'll let everyone know, so folks who care, I'll let them know when that's going to happen. Shout out to Lamont Gates. Lamont Gates, I haven't seen Lamont Gates in a while, but he does have a program. God is going to bless me for this. He does have a program, near-death experiences. Go to his Facebook page and for information on time and where you can see it. Okay, everybody, 22 minutes into the program, 26 minutes past the hour. So everybody is up in arms about resigning and all this stuff about Eric Adams. Eric Adams, the embattled mayor of the city of New York, who's going through it right now with all that's happening with him. But I want to tell you, man, what I do, whatever I got to do to stay out of jail. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to stay out of jail. But before I go any further, I need to let you guys know the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and R. Kelly Media Enterprise LLC, which owns the program, and are not those of my advertisers or my support team. 23 minutes exactly past into the program, 27 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock Eastern time. Not to say that because people do listen to the program all across the United States of America. In California, it's only 4 o'clock right now, or 4:30. So still light out in California. So there's a big brouhaha going on about Mayor Adams, and I'm going to tell you, look, I'm going to do what I got to do to stay out of jail, And I don't blame him for what he did. If he had to make a deal with Trump, whatever. Nobody wants to go to jail. I mean, I know it may not be right, but nothing is right now. Nothing is right. Everything is wrong. Nothing is right now in America. You see, because, we talk, I like to go back to the election, And Kamala Harris picked Gomer Pyle. She picked Mr. Rogers to be her vice presidential running mate. Hillary Clinton did the same thing. Picked a senator from Virginia. And see, that was a fatal mistake for Kamala Harris. Fatal mistake. She picked Mr. Rogers to be the vice presidential running mate. And see, America, they don't want nice guys as president anymore. The majority of Americans don't want nice people to be president. I mean, he was a teacher. He was an all-around good guy. And she lost. And no, the vice presidential running mate doesn't have a whole lot of influence in regards to the top of the ticket, but they do have some. They do have some. Look at Walter Mondale's pick, back in the day. Peace be upon him, wherever he might be. And so, Josh Shapiro, who was the governor of Pennsylvania, would have been a much better choice. But she picked, Mr. Goodbar and lost. But let me get back to and America is backwards right now. It's it's a bizarro world. Remember the Superman with the S that's backwards on his chest? That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. Everything is backwards. Good is bad. Bad is good. So what? I had a drinking problem. You can appoint me to be the head of the entire United States defense apparatus, the head of the Pentagon. So what? I had a drinking problem. Most of America has a drinking problem. Kash Patel. So what? I'm a psychopath. So what? My whole, before I was appointed, I said that I'm going to go after the woke society of America. So what? So what? Tulsi Gabbard is the director of national intelligence, even though she doesn't know a damn thing about nothing. You can't keep it in. It has a reputation for not being able to keep a secret. Has a reputation for not being able to keep a secret. Now, is this the person that you want to be director of national security, to know what's going on all across the United States of America and around the world? Is this the person? Just unbelievable. Kash Patel is a psychopath, has no law enforcement experience. Same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. Pete Hegseth, a drunk. RFK Jr., just plain old crazy. These are the people that you want. See, because Trump's whole idea was to appoint, get confirmed, a bunch of lapdogs that would do his bidding. And you look on on Truth Social, on his MAGA nonsensical website, and there's a picture with him with a crown, hail to the king or something or other. See, because Trump, thank God he's old. Thank God that Trump is old. He's 2 years away from 80. I think he'll be 79 this year. So thank God he's old, because Trump wants to be the king of America, not the president. He wants to be the king. He wants to be the king. He wants to forget about that, because he can't run again the way the Constitution states right now. He can't run again, because he's been even if you have it doesn't have to be back-to-back terms. You can run, you can be the president for 4 years, and you can run 12 years later, he'll be president again. But after that, you can't run anymore. It's only 8 years, and and the terms don't have to be consecutive. So Trump wants to be the king of America. He's already he's already putting things in place. He's already looking at the Constitution. He's already trying to give himself more power. He wants to be the king of America. And everybody is standing around me. There should be hundreds of thousands of people protesting this nonsense, because he wants to be the king of America. He admires, some of these despots. He admires Vladimir Putin. He admires Kim Jong-un. He admires them because they're in office and they can't be removed. He admires Xi Jinping because he's in office and he admires these guys in the way the communist system works. He admires that. He wants to bring the communist system to America. And I'm not just, I do research and I do homework and I watch, things that most people don't watch. And I go on websites that are neutral, that don't give a damn who's Republican or Democrat, to get my information. Trump wants to be the king of America. And people need to start waking up to realize this stuff. He wants to be the king of the United States of America. He doesn't want to leave. On the campaign trail, he was saying he shouldn't have left in 2020. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? So getting back to Mayor Adams, look, I'm going to do what I got to do to stay out of jail. If I got to sell out, I'm going to do what I got to do. And I do believe that he made a deal with Trump. I do believe that he did. But I don't knock him for making that deal, because you're going to do what you got to do to stay out of prison. He was looking at a lot of time. A month is a lot of time for me because I've never been incarcerated. So you imagine 10 years, 15 years. And Eric Adams is an older guy in his 50s. So, I don't blame Eric Adams for doing, if that's what he did, if he made a deal with Trump, look, you're going to do what you got to do to stay out of jail. That's why when the police pull people over and they got stuff in their car, what do? They run because they don't want to go to jail. And all the people, resigning and all of this stuff, them deputy mayors, I wouldn't resign. What am I resigning for? Is my protest going to stop? Is my protest going to stop Trump or stop Eric Adams from the charges being dropped? Yeah, Trump knows what he's doing. He's holding Eric Adams hostage because he's saying drop the charges, but the charges can be brought back again. So if Eric Adams doesn't knuckle under to Trump's, pressure, he may go back to trial again. You see, because New York is like the biggest city in America. We all know that. Population-wise, acreage. New York has a bigger budget than most countries. And it's just a city. So Trump knows there's a lot of people hiding out in New York, a lot of illegal immigrants who were brought to New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. He knows there's a lot of people hiding in America, and specifically in New York. So that's why Trump is making his way toward New York. He needs Eric Adams' blessing. So Eric Adams allowed Trump to go into Rikers Island. Okay. Because we got to stop with this bleeding heart stuff, because that's why we lost. The bleeding heart, don't deport anybody, the Care Bears. That's why we lost. Kamala Harris says she's going to give $25,000 to a new. What is that? What if you're not buying a house? What if you live in an apartment like I do? As you can see behind me. It just doesn't make, it's a new world now. So whoever steps up in the Democratic Party got to show some fire. You can't just go up there and be the good, be the good candidate. Because being good is not good anymore. So Donald, so we gotta. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind I mean, I do understand it to a degree. Now, I don't understand the tactics. I don't understand we it's us or nobody. I don't understand that. I don't understand that the Republicans are just pushing the Democrats out. There's this us against them type of attitude. I don't understand. I don't necessarily agree with that. But I do understand that America spends a lot of money in other places. Look at all the money that was given to Ukraine. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars that we're not going to get a return on. Now, Biden says that, we're supposed to help Ukraine because we don't want Russia to overthrow Ukraine, but Ukraine's not doing nothing for us. I mean, yeah, I feel bad that, that thousands of people have been killed over there. Thousands of Russians have been killed too. But I understand that we're spending the United States of America spends a lot of money in other places. But you see, the thing with I can kind of see, giving a lot of money to Ukraine is giving a lot of money, and I have to be careful what I say. Giving a lot of money to Ukraine is, okay, but Trump he's not all wrong. He's right that Trump is right that we need to pull back on some things. He's right about that. Okay, now how he's doing it is wrong because the U.S. aid gives money to help people buy medicine. It gives money to help with sexual education, so people will know, so women can have the proper things that they need. The stuff that women need. So what? They're buying condoms. They need condoms over there. Because they don't need to be having no kids in the conditions a lot of these countries are in. So they need sexual health money to pay for educating them with sexual health, for example, sexual health. That I have no problem with. Now, America does spend a lot of money in other places. And I agree that we need to pull back. But as far as chopping people's heads off, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't agree with that. But as far as Eric Adams, more power to you, Eric, because I would have did it too. Who the hell wants to go to jail? If I got to get out of jail free card, I'm going to use it. So if Eric Adams made a deal, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But like I said, right is wrong now. This is a different America, as you can see from the elections, with all the stuff we knew about Trump, sexual assault, financial crimes, all the stuff that we knew, married 3 times, kids all over the place, bankrupt 6 times, all the stuff we know about Trump, and they still elected him. So America's different now. And if the Democrats are going to come back, they need to get mean. They need to get mean. Take a break and come back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show, and it's on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and blogtalkradio.com. All right, we are back. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the Ron Kelly Show on YouTube. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's about 18 minutes before the end of the program. Shout out to my cousin George for listening to the program. Y'all Facebook people is just very disappointing. I mean, I am definitely going to cut the show off of Facebook because y'all, it's not necessarily about me. I don't get it. I really don't get it. We are in a crisis right now, and nobody's really paying attention. Don't wait until the end is near, to the end of America the way we know it is near, because it's heading our way. The freight train is headed toward the railroad crossing, and and Americans like me and you are sitting on the tracks. We got to move before the train hits us, because it's coming. It's coming. 2025 is coming. Project 2025. Get a copy. Look at it. And this nonsense about having a boycott against Walmart, knock it off. How the hell are we going to have a boycott when because it takes unity. Anything we engage in, it takes unity. So when there's no unity, because you can't spell community without unity. And when there's no unity, how the hell y'all expect for us to have an effective, what is a boycott gonna do? To show them that we have some economic power? Yeah, they know that. But when you go to the Walmart or the local Target or whatever, how many black people do you see in there? The people that you see in there are white folks, mostly white folks. I'm talking about Kroger's, Stop and Shop, ShopRite, depending on where it's located. These stores, Kohl's, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Costco. When you go in there, you don't see that many black people in there. You see white people. And see, Walmart doesn't put their stores in black areas. So there's so many stores that have moved away from black folks. And how can we even have an effective boycott? We can't. That's not going to make a difference. And because black folks are still going to be going to, black folks are still going to be shopping anyway. We can't organize a boycott. I think it's a bad idea because it's not going to have any effect on how white folks think about it. See, because you can't legislate the even playing field. The Voting Rights Act didn't really do a whole, okay, we got the right to vote, but what did we do with it? The Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act. Dr. Martin Luther King died. It should have been the biggest reaction in the history of mankind. And it wasn't. What do? We burn down our neighborhoods. That's smart. Come on. It's time for a new way of thinking, black people. It's time for a new way of thinking. We got to stop with this boycott stuff, because the boycott, they tried to boycott AT&T. What happened? AT&T just said, oh, well, whatever. And those stores have probably heard about this boycott, and they probably just shrugged their shoulders and said whatever, because we're still going to get our money, and they will. It's 14 minutes before the hour. And it's before this hour anyway. It's 10 minutes before the hour. But there's 14 minutes left of the program. We started about 4 minutes late. But yeah, it's time for a new way of thinking. We got to stop with this nonsense. We got to stop with this boycott stuff. People don't care if we boycott. They could care less if we boycott. They don't care. White folks don't care. They still gonna make their money. You know what I mean? Walmart has 4,500 stores. You think that we're gonna put a dent in their income by not going there to shop? No, we are not. Walmart is the biggest retail operation in the world. Not just in America, in the world. So do you really think that by us not shopping at Walmart for a day or two is going to hurt their bottom line? No, it's not. Kohl's, Costco, stores are everywhere. BJ's, all of these people, all of these stores, the malls are packed with them. And you really think that a handful of black folks who don't shop for one day is going to alter the bottom line of the biggest retail operation in the world? No, it's not. So we got to start thinking, because we're missing a ball on everything. Unity is the number one thing that black folks need. Unity. Not boycotts, not, we need to have the right to vote, of course. But then we got to vote smart. There's a lot of black folks voted for Trump. You voted dumb. You voted dumb. What you think, you're going to get another stimulus check? Really? The only thing I like that Trump did, there's a couple of things that I like that he's not liked, but some of the things I don't disagree with. I just disagree with how he does it. But he laid off a bunch of IRS people. So I don't have a problem with that. But black folks, we got to start thinking different. Reverend Al Sharpton, I respect Reverend Al. But we got to change our thinking from that. We got to change our thinking from victim to victor. Because that victim mentality is going to keep us down. Black folks do, with unity, black folks do have enough power to put a wrinkle in some things. Will it stop these businesses? No. Will these businesses go bankrupt because of us? No. But we need more. We need a three-pronged approach. We need politically, we need unity, because unity will get us everything else. Unity will get us political unity. Unity will get us to where we can at least move the needle as far as some of these companies are concerned. If we don't vote, if we don't shop in their stores, we can move the needle, but we need unity. And black folks are just not unified these days. It's 10 minutes before the end of the program. Black folks are just not unified. Kicking each other's back in, talking about each other. Why should I be not afraid, but apprehensive about walking through a neighborhood where my people live? Well, guess what? I am. Now I go to a white neighborhood, I don't really, unless there was a bunch of Hell's Angels on the corner, I'm not going to be too concerned about walking past them. When I go in a white folks' neighborhood, that just is what it is. Do I think that my car's going to get stolen? No. Do I think I'm going to get robbed? No. When I go through the white neighborhood. But when I go through my own people, and look, I'm not a hater or anything like that. I love my black people and I love being black. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. But am I worried? And a lot of y'all too, because we talk about getting to a certain point and moving out of the neighborhood. You damn right I'm moving out the neighborhood. I'm moving out the hood, rather. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm doing better. I have more. And I don't want my car window smashed in or stolen. No, I don't want to have a gun stuck in my face when I get in my car. Do I have to worry about that in the white neighborhood? No, I don't. That don't even concern me. I don't think anything's going to happen to me. But the difference now, if I'm going up Springfield Avenue in Newark, you know, Martin Luther King Drive in Jersey City, you know, I'm going to be concerned. And my spider senses are going to be tingling. So we need to get some unity, people. That's the only way we're going to stop the Trump train from running us over. Because it's already left the station. The Trump train has left the station. The Project 2025 train has left the station. And it's headed your way. And most people know somebody who was a government worker. Most of us know somebody who, I know several people who work for the government. Some of us have a family member who works for the government who's going to get laid off. Why? For no reason. There's other ways you can save money. There's other ways Trump can save money. He doesn't have to lay off half of America. And then he's targeting people. He's targeting military generals, 2-star generals, 4-star generals. He's targeting the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the first black man ever to be a Joint Chief is going to get fired. You black folks, you just were stupid voting for Trump. Black and Latinos, you both were stupid. And Trump is probably sitting back saying, these suckers who voted for me, knowing everything about me, and knowing I wasn't going to do a damn thing for them, they voted for me anyway. Suckers. Yeah, I said it. Just a bunch of suckers. And I don't know about the prayer stuff. I mean, yeah, George did suggest that we pray. We need to do more than prayer. I mean, yeah, prayer is good. Prayer is great, but we can't pray and then sit back and wait to see what God's going to do. God helps those who help themselves, and we need to get it together. Shout out to Ronald McCready. He says, no, bro. No. Yeah, prayer is good. But we need to, black folks, we need a new strategy, something completely different from what we've been marching and protesting and boycotting, because all of it has not done anything. Yeah, we got Aunt Jemima off the pancake box. We got Aunt Jemima off the pancake box. But what did that song? George Crawford says, I know a lot of these. Yeah, we got Aunt Jemima off the pancake box. We got Uncle Ben off the rice box. The white America made token gestures. They took cops off the air for a while, brought it back. And then we effed it up for Black Lives Matter, because look what happened. The people started buying houses and stuff, spending, blowing the money. Now Black Lives Matter doesn't get any respect because black folks ruined it. So we got to stop with this, don't say this, don't say that, shh, 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 shh. No, we got to stop that. We got to keep it real and 100 with each other. That's what we got to do. We got to find, just like the Democrats got to find another way to get the message out, because being nice and not coloring outside of the lines is not helping us. That's not helping us. We need to find a new strategy as black folks. And that new strategy is unity, and we're probably never going to attain that goal. I don't have a whole lot of faith that Black America will ever be unified. I really don't. Because without that, we're doomed. Black folks are doomed without unity. You can't achieve anything without unity when you have a group of people. It's every man for himself right now. We got to change that. Like I said, 4 minutes before the hour, the Democrats have to uh, change their strategy because they're looking real stupid right now. Hakeem Jeffries, I respect, a lot of the Democrats I respect, but you got to change your strategy. You got to change your strategy because the president is Republican, the Senate is Republican, the House of Representatives is Republican, even though it's a small majority, but still Republican. With the Senate, small majority. And then you got the Supreme Court, three of whom were voted in by Trump or nominated by Trump. So you got a 6-3, 6 conservatives and 3 Democrats. Only one, Trump got lucky, and there were 3. He got 3 appointments in his first term. Biden only got 1. So, we need to get it together, people, because this thing that Trump is doing is, Ronald McCready said, as soon as I said Trump supporters, I froze. Well, maybe the computer froze, Ronald McCready. Or maybe I stopped for a second and thought about what I was about to say, which I do a lot. But the Trump supporters were dumb. You fell for the banana in the tailpipe, and now your car is going to stall out. Trump suckered you into voting for him, and you're going to pay. You are going to pay. These MAGA extremists, psychopaths, lapdogs that Trump has appointed or nominated to his cabinet are going to do his bidding. Kash Patel is going to go after Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and some of the other people, who voted against Trump, the people who were on the impeachment committee. He's going to go after them. So he assembled a cabinet to go after Americans, not the Chinese, not the Russians, not the North Koreans, but other Americans. Got 15 seconds of the program. So, everybody, I want to thank you for joining me. See you back here next week for another edition of the Ron Kelly Show. The Ron Kelly Show will be falling off from Facebook very, very soon. I'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. In any case, everybody, listen, because Trump is on his way to being king of America. The Constitution is going to be thrown out. And he's got the Supreme Court, he's got the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the Congress to back him up. So don't let this happen. It's up to us, not just black folks, but other white Americans, the people who voted for Kamala Harris. We need to rise up. So we'll be back next Thursday for another edition of the Ron Kelly Show. So until then, I'd like to say it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And that we may not have it all together, but together we can certainly have it all. Thanks so much for watching, listening, perusing, jumping in and out, whatever you did. We'll see you back here next time. And I